Cricket presents The Warm-Up. Hey everybody, I'm Neil Beasley, and we are deep into Texas high school football playoffs. Another great week coming up, so let's get you warmed up. It's one of the main goals for every high school team. Still practicing at Thanksgiving. Let's preview some of the key regional semifinal games in the lineup. One of the biggest games of the week is Saturday when undefeated Coppell takes on undefeated North Crowley. It'll be at Newsom Stadium. If you're a common opponent kind of guy, both teams have played and beaten Denton Geyer. Coppell beat them by 7. North Crowley took down the Wildcats by 21. Both teams have flourished in the ground game. Panthers, led by Cornelius Warren, Daniel Bray, and quarterback Chris Jimerson Jr. Coppell gobbles up yards behind Omarion Mbakwe, Josh Locke, and quarterback Edward Griffin. So you'd think this would be a fast game, but both of these quarterbacks are D1 recruits and can rifle the ball all over the field. The X Factor goes to North Crowley, and that X Factor is wide receiver Quentin Gibson. As we've chronicled all season, the senior simply makes plays all over the field. He's got 1,660 receiving yards and 30 touchdowns. Absolutely amazing. As well as Coppell's defense can play at times, containing Gibson is an extremely tall order. The winner of that game will face the winner of Allen against Trinity. That'll be played Friday at Dragon Stadium. This one will be a nice test for the Allen defense, which has been stellar all year. 4 of their last 5 games, the Eagles have let in a touchdown or less, and that includes 2 playoff games. So to say that unit is peaking, really an understatement. They will have their hands full, however, with those Trinity Trojans. Trinity hasn't scored less than 30 points all season, and they've also won 8 straight. They're led by that huge offensive line and running backs Josh Bell and James Harris. They expect Allen to give up at least 20 points. So that means their offense will need to put up points. Grady Bricker has been solid behind center, and their running game is led by Micah Ellis. Trinity does tend to give up some serious yardage, so we'll see how this one turns out. And how many of you watched our highlights of Lovejoy's 66-62 Week 4 victory over Anna and then said, I'd like to see that one again? Well, this Friday you'll get your wish, as the Leopards and Coyotes will meet at Melissa Friday afternoon for a regional semifinal. If you thought their offenses were electrifying back then, they both are on cruise control 8 weeks later. Todd Dodge promised his fan base in August he wasn't going to use this first year as head coach to feel out his team. He was thinking championship right off the jump, and he's certainly delivered so far. Ben Adams has over 1,100 yards. Dalen McCutcheon, the Texas commit, has 67 catches and 17 touchdowns at receiver. For Anna, Edward Chumley and Zeandre Williams both rushed for over 1,000 yards and have combined for 39 touchdowns on the ground. Williams has also thrown for almost 3,000 yards as well. The big key in this game could be turnovers. Lovejoy quarterback Jacob Janicek has thrown 10 picks. Williams has thrown 9. Whichever quarterback limits those just might get the win.
The warm-up is presented by Cricket. Smile, you're on Cricket.
At Cricket, get free Samsung Galaxy phones.
Inside High School Sports is brought to you by Whataburger, just like you like it. And by Parker University. Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today.
Our Inside High School insider, Matt Diggs, gives us his thoughts on some of the key matchups in the regional semifinals in the picks.
It's regional semifinals, and there are going to be some amazing football games this week. We've got undefeated teams playing each other. We have legacy teams playing each other, and let's get into the action. In 6A Division I, North Crowley versus Coppell. North Crowley has been playing dominant football all year. They are undefeated. Coppell has given us a little bit of a glimpse into dominance and a glimpse into elite, but they have not played 48 minutes of great nonstop football this year. If Coppell can give us 48 minutes, I think they have a chance, but North Crowley, I just think they're too complete on both sides of the ball. I don't think Coppell has any defensive playmakers that can generate a turnover or two to help them against North Crowley. I think North Crowley takes care of business against Coppell. Another game in Division I on the other side of the bracket I'm interested in, Waxahachie versus Richland. Asked me 2 weeks ago, I thought Bridgeland would take care of business, but after watching Waxahachie take care of North Forney, I really like that offensive and defensive lines. I think that defensive line of Waxahachie is going to give Bridgeland enough fits to where Waxahachie will get its rematch against Duncanville, who will take care of the Woodlands and take care of business over there. A widely talked about game up until last week was DeSoto versus Willis. I know a lot of people were getting excited about that rematch from last year, but the way Willis played against Tomball, I think DeSoto will take care of business. We got some rematches in 5A. Denton Ryan against Richland. Denton Ryan versus Richland, number 1, came on the aftermath of tragedy at Denton Ryan. Denton Ryan has been able to take a breath and rededicate themselves. I think Denton Ryan is going to take care of business against Richland in a significant way, and I think we will get that rematch against Aledo because I think Aledo will take care of Tascosa. Then 2 huge games, Enna versus Lovejoy. I think you can make a narrative either way to see who's going to win that game. I just trust Lovejoy's defense and Todd Dodge just a little bit more, but Ziondre Williams will have a lot to say about that. I think Lovejoy wins a 1-score game, and I think they'll take on Argyle. I think Argyle is going to have enough depth to take care of Walnut Grove in the trenches, and on the quarterback situation, I think they're going to make Hayes Hackney run for his life significantly and will be able to take care of business over there. That's the Professor, and those are my regional semifinals picks. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
We caught up to a big-time athlete from the Metroplex in this week's Recruiting Trail.
Xavier Ukponu, defensive lineman 2025. Just a place that I can be developed, a place where I can have an opportunity to get on the field early and just showcase my ability. I just want to be used. I just want to be using my talents, like to display my talents. Like I'm usually told I'm a run stopper, so I'm just going to a place that can showcase that. On the field, I'm dominant. I like to use my hands. I'm really good with my hands. I play with good leverage, and I have a lot of power in my hand. And off the field, I'm just chill. I like to just watch movies and just hang out with my friends and just chill. I'm just a funny guy. Yeah, I'm funny. Just finish my English 4 online class, and then just be dominant on the field, win a state championship, win the district, just play with my brothers and just go out fighting. Just being a good football player, a good teammate, a good leader, and just people talking about like I was always there for them, and yeah, I give a helping hand.
The warm-up is presented by Cricket. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Wow! At Cricket, get free Samsung Galaxy phones.
Inside High School Sports is brought to you by Golden Chick. One taste and you're golden. And by Kubota, the #1 selling compact tractor in Texas. For details, visit gokubota.com. Kubota, together we do more.
Our producer, Ward Fasold, caught up with Richland head coach Jed Cates to talk Royals football in this week's Media Day segment.
All right, we are joined with Coach Cates, and we're talking Richland football because, man, you look at this district beforehand, before the season even started, 3-5A, and you had a feeling there's going to be some rematches somewhere at the top there. Some of these teams were going to play each other, and it just so happens to be you getting that rematch this week against Denton Ryan. It did not – you were outplayed up at Collins, but now you're going to have a neutral site here over there at the Star on Saturday. Talked about your second going against Ryan and how you feel about this matchup.
Well, they're a perennial power, and Coach Hennigan, they are awesome. We certainly thought we could have played better that night, so we're excited about the opportunity, and we hoped when the playoff bracket came out that this was the position we would be in. It's exactly what we wanted, that to try to knock off one of the greatest programs in the state of Texas.
It's hard to get a do-over like that. You look at your two losses, and your other loss was probably one of the better games you played, and it just ended up being a loss. But
Right.
to have a game where you were outplayed against Ryan and to get to do a do-over, it's got to be a motivating factor for your players to be like, listen, we can erase that thing and win it when it really counts.
It is. It's coach speak to talk about getting better all the time, but if you're going to get to play this time of year, you must improve. And even though we let that one slip away and they kind of ran away from us late in that game at Collins with a few weeks ago, we've improved as a team. And I'm excited about this version of us, and we continue to get better at all facets. And so I think we're going to play a really good game and see what the score ends up, but I think we're going to play well. And I think now that we know them and they know us, it's kind of like the NFL where you play somebody in your division twice, the opportunity to play them again. There'll be no tricks. There'll be no surprises. We know where they are. They know where we are. We just got to go play football.
I got you. And talk a little bit about how you guys have kind of bounced back from that, Michael Turner getting sidelined, but you ended up filling in the spots there, and you still have 6 games where you scored over 50 points. You're still clicking as an offense. How were you able to overcome that kind of loss?
Well, you don't replace a guy like Mike. He's a special kiddo, been playing for me since he was a freshman on the varsity. So that was a blow. But we knew we were good. We knew we had a good football team. He was a special player. We miss him every day. But let me tell you, first of all, he has been at every practice. He has not missed a thing, and he encourages the guys. And he doesn't have to. He's got a bright future at Baylor, and he could have just flaked out or stayed home, but that's not the kind of kid he is. So I'm proud of Michael. But secondly, we have other guys, and we have good guys that can really play. Our offensive line continues to get better. We have dynamic playmakers all over the field, and the quarterback does a pretty good job of getting them to him, and he happens to have my last name. So it's been really fun. Xavier Johnson, Deion Jones, Aaron Brooks, Evan Smith, Ben Sanders, and then we got a running back that has been our sophomore running back, that Ja'Shawn Gibson, the last 2 weeks. He was the understudy for Michael Turner anyway. Now he's back, and now we are kind of a complete offense again, and that's good after 8 weeks of kind of piecemealing it together.
Excellent. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you for everything, Ward.
Hey, that'll do it for today's show. Thanks for joining us. We hope you are now warmed up for some Texas high school football turkey weekend action. Have a great Thanksgiving.